Hey everybody, welcome back to Sid's Little Corner of the Internet. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to provide an update on these two figures, the Transformers R.E.D Megatron and the Transformers R.E.D Optimus Prime, because frankly there were a few things that I missed when I posted the original reviews for these guys, and I wanted to set the record straight, and I also wanted to provide you a little bit of an update on my opinion about these characters. So the first thing that I wanted to address was, I know in the Optimus Prime review that I mentioned that the Matrix was removable from his chest, but I didn't pull it out. I didn't remove it during the actual review, and I wanted to go ahead and just provide a follow-up and give you guys the details on that Matrix. So this is it. I'm going to try to hold it as little as I can, or with as little bit of a finger as I can, to give you some details. So this is all just a soft, rubbery style of plastic that's painted on both sides. So as far as I can tell, it's the same on either side. So there's no real difference there. But I did want to show that to you, and we can go ahead and put that back in Prime's chest now. So open that up and give you a little bit of that detail. This is as wide as the chest will open on my copy, so I'll try to give you a little bit of detail in there so you can see that there is some molded in detail, not a whole lot in the back. But to put the Matrix in, you simply just line it up and give it a little bit of a squeeze, and then it's just fits in there with just a little bit of a press fit. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to address, and it wasn't I addressed it in the RC video, but I didn't address it for these two guys individually, was the articulation for the head. So Optimus Prime and Megatron both have what you would call a dog bone, or a double-ended ball joint. So, you know, a little bit of a stick with a ball joint, or a ball on one end and a ball on the other end, which allows an additional degree of movement for the head. So, you know, you get the side to side, you can get the forward and back, and anywhere in between. So I wanted to make sure that that was addressed as well, because that is an additional point of articulation that is nice to have. And same thing with Megatron here. So you get that side to side. His is a little bit stiffer than Optimus's, but he also has, I think, a wider range of motion. So you can get a decent amount of side to side, and you also get the forward and back with Megatron. Okay, so just wanted to give that quick update on that articulation. Megatron has the ab crunch, Optimus Prime does not. I did double check that just to make sure. Now, going down to the lower body, something I completely missed on both of the reviews, and I can't apologize enough for this. I don't know how or why. I guess I didn't have the figures long enough. I didn't play with them long enough to realize this. But there is far more articulation in these legs than what I showed in the original reviews. So both Optimus and Megatron have double hinged knees. So, you know, when I showed the original review, I showed his knee movement right there. Well, that's wrong. So actually, because of that double hinge, he can get all the way up there. So this is a significant amount of articulation in that knee. So again, I was wrong on this. Way more articulation than what I had presented in the review. Okay, and Megatron is the same way. So I had shown in his review that much of an articulation or of a bend, when in reality he has that much. All right. Finally, for the feet, again, I think this is something that I mentioned in the RC review, but I wanted to get it out there for these guys as well. When I had originally reviewed the feet, I showed that he had a little bit of down, a little bit of up, and a little bit of side to side. Well, this is wrong. These guys actually have considerably more. So what I've discovered is, if you just grab this foot, trying to give you the best view possible, and pull out, you have that joint in there that actually gives him a few millimeters more of height, but also gives you clearance down here where you can just get really articulated with that foot. So you can have that foot pointing straight down, and you can bring that foot way up that far, and it does give you additional side-to-side movement. Now you do interfere with these flaps right here, but they're a soft plastic, I wouldn't leave it there for long because that may give that plastic a memory where it wants to flare out. But that motion is there for you. And, you know, when you're finished, you just push that back in, and then you take that foot back to the original position. Same thing with Megatron here. You just grab that foot and give it a pull, and then you have that additional articulation as well. So same thing, the feet, you can bring those feet all the way down, and you can bring them further up and more side to side than what you had originally. So with that, you can, you know, put these guys in some, I mean, if you want to go straight into like a Streetcar Named Desire kind of position here with these guys, you could have them, oh, he's down. You could have them going, you know, full Stella. For those of you who've seen the movie and know what I'm talking about. You know, so you could do something like that. I mean, he is absolutely just literally on his knees at that point. So, and, you know, same thing with Optimus here. You could just pull these out and give that the old double bend. And if you want him doing some kind of a, you know, instead of Stella, if you want to do some kind of crazy Matrix move, you can do that as well. Or if they're both just, you know, doing some kind of yoga, I guess you could do that. So that's really it for the video, guys. I just wanted to provide an update. I wanted to clearly state that I missed that and I was wrong about their articulation. The last thing that I want to say in this video is regarding my opinion of these R.E.D figures. I have to tell you that the more I play with them, the more I like them. I, of course, miss the transformation aspect, you know, but I have so many other Transformers, you know, and I'm truly saying that I'm blessed in that fact that I have so many other Transformers that having these figures in my collection, I'm growing more fond of them every day because I find, you know, just to be able to pick them up and play with them and pose them and do different things with them. And, you know, as I've added a few more characters to it, there's just so much fun to be had with these guys. So I guess clearly stating it, you know, my recommendations initially with these guys were soft, you know, but I'm definitely now leaning more toward a much stronger recommendation. The only thing you're going to miss out of these characters or out of these figures is the ability to transform them. Otherwise, the playability, these things are just so much fun, you know. And as of the time of this recording, I have the Megatron, I have the Optimus Prime, I have RC, and I have Cheetor. And I'm really looking forward to adding more to the collection because I think these guys are a blast. So I'm going to end the video there and just say thanks again for tuning in, and hope that, you know, that this addendum to the original reviews I presented was helpful to you, helped you make a good decision on whether or not you want to pursue these R.E.D figures. And definitely, you know, feel free to leave some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on these R.E.D figures because I'm really curious to hear what other people think about them. With that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up, keep this video short, but thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Take care.